Go.
Hi, your stat update for the week is 86 pregnancy tests and 51 ultrasounds. We've had a crazy busy week down here like we have the last few weeks at First Choice. Earlier this week we had a young woman walk in that was an abortion walk-in out of the state of Arizona. And she was only 16 years old. Her mother was with her. She went through the patient advocacy side, decided she didn't want to do the ultrasound because she had already received that in Arizona. She was here on a fully funded trip by the nonprofit organization here in the state of Nevada. And her mother broke down crying, stating that she did not want her to abort this baby, and she had told her she would take the baby and raise the baby if she would give birth to the baby. But the young woman told her if she didn't allow her to do this, that she was going to take her life by suicide. So as this mother was just broken, she said she would rather lose her grandbaby than lose her grandbaby and her daughter. And it was a really sad situation. The girl was 19 weeks pregnant already. So be praying for that situation. We haven't been able to get in touch with that young woman again. God knows the outcome of that situation. Abortion does raise the risks of suicide. So the fact that she was threatening that now before even ever having had an abortion was something concerning in and of itself. That same day, we had another young woman walk in here that said that Santa Muerte, the saint of the dead, told her to abort her baby. And Eve had a good conversation with her about Christ and just told her that that is not what God would want her to do. She said she owed her life to this saint for saving her life, and Eve informed her that it was indeed God that saved her life those different occasions and not that saint that she thought it was. So when they got her into sonography, there was an 11-week little baby. The father of the baby saw the baby and said, "We got to figure something else out. Like, this is already a baby." So she seemed inclined to keep her baby towards the time she left. She is coming back next week for ultrasound, so just be praying that God would work in that situation and she would come to know the giver of life. We also had another young woman in here that is a stripper. She thought she was going to have an abortion, thought she was only 8 or 11 weeks. Turned out to be a 19-week baby, and it happened to be a girl, what she wanted. And so she left here completely on a different course of the one she was on when she walked in our doors. And we just praise God for the many lives that are impacted and saved here because of First Choice's location and because of the faithful support of all of our friends and supporters who make this possible. Giving Tuesday is next week. We encourage you to tell your friends and family about us this holiday season and this time of giving, as funds in the nonprofit industry are always tight for all of us. I went on a tour yesterday with one of our board members, Mike, our chairman of our board, and one of our friends that's a supporter here, to Hookers for Jesus. And it was a very interesting and enlightening tour of this house for women who have been sex trafficked. And she was sharing some of the similar challenges that they have with funding. And so just encourage all of you who love Jesus and that love impacting your world for Christ to support the different Christian nonprofits that are here in your city or beyond as they try to share Christ and make a difference for those in the world that are struggling, or in our case, are being led to the slaughter. That is your update for this week. God bless you, and thank you for your continuous prayers and support.